I am the stone. I guarded the rock-hewn tomb where no one had ever been laid. There are thousands of us stones guarding thousands of tombs around Jerusalem. In fact, the whole city is encircled by a belt of rock-cut tombs, built outside the walls of the city of Jerusalem in every direction. In some places, the tombs extend as far as 4 miles from the city walls. That's where I began my work, but I have proved a faithful guard. The tomb I now guard is close to the city, a most prestigious location. I was surprised when Joseph and the women arrived with Jesus. He was in bad shape. I mean, all of the people in the tombs I've guarded have been dead, but they'd really made sure that this one was dead. He was bruised and bleeding. He had a great gash in his side, and his wrists and ankles told the story of crucifixion. It is unusual to give a criminal a rock tomb. Normally they're buried in the earth, if they're buried at all. Sometimes they're just left on the rubbish heap for the jackals. Even more surprising is that they should give a criminal a burial in such a good spot. I and the tomb I guard were purchased by Joseph of Arimathea for no small price. It is my role in life to be sedentary and weighty. I am no more or less than exactly what you see, a great big lump of rock that's hard to shift. I do not yield. It is a hard and unyielding business, all around providing housing for the dead. It is permanent stiffness, inflexibility, changelessness. Joseph came with a group of women. Again, surprising that so many should care for a crucified man. They seem to be righting the dishonour of his dying by giving him what honour they could in death. But this tender care for their loved one could not disguise the cold hardness of the stone on which he was laid, nor could it thwart the finality with which I was rolled into place. That which I seal does not easily open. I give closure. Quite literally, I close the tomb, but I also put to flight what vain hopes people might still have. I let people move on. I was only settling into my sentry duty when the ground itself began to shake. It couldn't have been much more than a couple of days. I'm a big lump, but even I must ride the waves when the whole earth quakes. Like spoiled food that turned the stomach, the tomb was trying to spit out its contents. And bright, blazing lightning struck the ground, and it was an angel. The angel didn't strain. There was almost no exertion as it relieved me of my duty. It was as if someone had forgotten to tell the angel just how immovable I am. I was just rolled away like the wheel of a well-oiled chariot. And then, to insult me further, the angel sat on me. I don't do much, But what I do with absolute. I am either here or I am there, and you cannot move me. And if I have learned anything over the thousands of years I've been guarding tombs, it is that the dead who arrive dead stay dead. But not Jesus. I failed at my job, but only because death had been thwarted in his. Amen.